Do you guys know that there are women today, Gen Z women, saying that it's okay to walk away from the good guy? Okay, we have two women here that are going to give us in the comment section that is going to really ruffle your feathers, gentlemen. For the men that say I'm a good guy and not my girl and she would never, we have two women that are going to justify just because you're a good guy doesn't mean you're the right guy. All right, so we're going to start with this woman right here, and she definitely looks like one of the good girls. These are the women that claim, but I'm one of the good ones, coach. All right, here we go. 48 seconds.
Ever feel guilty for having to walk away from the good guy just because he's a good guy, just because he's a gentleman, just because he treats you well, just because he's generous, just because he's successful and he's nice and all of those things? That's not a reason alone to choose him. He could be a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he is good enough for you. That doesn't mean that he is right for you, and you should not have to compromise on your standards or your non-negotiables because he's a good guy. Men should already be good men. They should already have character traits that are suitable for your relationship. They should already be chivalrous. They should already be generous. They should already have success in their life. They should already have these characteristics as a decent human being. That is not a reason to choose him. And we really need to stop putting these men on a pedestal because they're nice, because they're good men, because they're generous. Like, they should already be that way.
Okay. Now, let's go back. For some reason, it is Megamind Day here. There's a lot of foreheads talking shit. There's a lot of big heads out here talking shit. We got the white woman out here with this big ass Megamind. All right, we had, where's that other black woman at here? We had, where's the other big forehead? We got this one out here. A lot of big foreheads talking shit out here. Stop selecting these women with the big foreheads. All right, we got another one here with these big ass foreheads and these receding hairlines. All right, so there it is, guys. I mean, what more can I tell you? What more can I tell you out here of how to move and operate? So again, these women were all these women out here. This was them getting pookified out at 14, 15, 13, 16, 19. Then they say,
and that's you.
They'll pivot to this for a temporary time out here. And then you have a likelihood to then say, well, just because you're good doesn't mean you're honorable, you're worth staying with. Just because you're the good guy. So you good guy strategists, you legacy ninjas, you guys are figuring out, and wait till I get to the comment section. The next video is going to really give y'all a heads up of what's going on right here. Okay. Heads up. Speaking of heads. All right. They out here, bruh. Who cares? She like, who cares? Y'all already should be good. All right, goodness. But got nutted in by Pookie or Edgar or any of these men. Lil Puppet.
Feel guilty for having to walk away from the good guy just because he's a good guy, just because he's a gentleman, just because he treats you well, just because he's generous, just because he's successful and he's nice and all of those things. That's not a reason alone to choose him. He could be a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he is good enough for you. That
all right, after you done paid and invested,
and that's you,
doesn't mean that he is right for you. And
after you done took her out on dates and listened to her,
and that's
you should not have to compromise on your standards.
Not my standards.
And that's you.
Or your non-negotiables because he's a good guy. Men should already...
They always think they can get...
And that's you.
...be good men. They should already have character traits that are suitable for your relationship. They should already be chivalrous. They should already be generous. They should already have success in their life. They should already have these characteristics.
So it's no point in being a good guy.
And that's you.
There's no point. What's the point? This what, dude, this is ladies. What is the point? I've often challenged men. What's the point of being a good woman in today's world? I often say there's very little point of being a good woman because y'all can get left out here too. But now we can clearly say, even for these average looking women, coach, you only talk about strags in these Instagram models. Here's a regular degular. Look at this woman right here, bruh. And the nose, follow the nose. It always knows. Regular degular bitch that could be pushing grocery carts in Target. She could be working at the Target checkout stand. Here's a regular degular. This woman's a 4 or below, a 49er. You only talk about these strags and these whores and skeezers, and there's a regular chick. Look at this shit, bruh.
as a decent human being. That is not a reason to choose him. And we really need to stop putting these men on a pedestal because they're nice, because they're good men, because they're generous. Like, they should already be that way.
And she thinks she cooking here. But let's get to this one right here. We have another woman that says, me thinking about leaving this man, but he don't cheat. He just lacks every quality in a relationship. All right. He just lack, she says. And I don't know what she's putting on her lips here, but she got some big ass lips. All right. Look at these big ass lips. Look at them soup coolers right here. That's some big, look at them big country ass. Okay. Anyway, she's going to leave a man, but he doesn't cheat. But he lacks other qualities. Now, let's read the comment section. That's essentially, you would think that's woman's number one insecurity. He's going to cheat on me. But it's not so much. It is not. It's actually the opposite. Me thinking about leaving this man, but he don't cheat. He just lacks every quality in a relationship. So he plays it safe. Comment section. Just because he don't cheat don't mean he's a good boyfriend. Okay. Okay. Is that surprising to you, men? Is that surprising? I'm faithful, coach. Doesn't mean you're a good boyfriend, according to this. And I warned you of this. In fact, non-monogamous men do way better than monogamous men out here. All right? I know. Non-monogamous men do way better than monogamous men out here. No surprises, no romance, no flowers, no dates, no vacation. But you don't cheat. All right? You're loyal. You're faithful. You're down. You go to work. You work at Amazon, the warehouse, Jiffy Lube. But yeah, that's nice and all. That's nice and all, but you don't give me no surprises, no romance, no flowers, no vacations. I want a down-ass chick, coach. I had one of those for 10 years, left 4 years ago, and everything is working in my favor now. All right, so I'm out. All right, I had one of those. There are many other reasons to leave someone that doesn't fulfill you aside from cheating. All right, so my question is this, and I know the answer, but I'm asking facetiously. I'm asking a rhetorical question. Guys, is monogamy the number one thing? You will find, I'll complete the question. Is monogamy one of the things that is a deal breaker to women? My answer is no. It is not always the case. The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the Blue Chip Mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, money 101, money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month, we give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/Coach Greg Adams to find the Money Mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open. Okay, some women are out, and it's proven they'll share the top tier men. It's not a problem. They'll look the other way and all that shit. Now, that doesn't mean they'll always have that mindset. They might think, okay, he'll grow out of it. I'll wait for him to get that out. And then later on, they'll be like, hey, I thought you would have grown out of that. And I'm tired of you with your hoes and all that shit. But if they still have value, she'll stick around way longer than she'll stick around for a good dude. What I call a good dude. What most people would call a good dude. Now, just because he's doesn't cheat doesn't mean he's a good dude. But she's saying it's not enough. Where's the flowers? Where's the romance? Where's the dates? The vacation? Sis, I knew all too well, lazy when it comes to loving you. So again, it's hard for men to figure out what lane they want to be in. I'm faithful, but you're still going to lose your girl. All right? I pay all the bills. You're still going to lose your girl. You can still lose your girl out here. Okay? I can't be with nobody. I constantly think about leaving. Can't even have peace of mind. Listen to this. This is a wake-up call. I can't be with nobody. I constantly think about leaving. What do I instruct you? Women will stay with you and think about leaving. They do everything but leave. They only leave when they have a good landing spot. Okay? A good one in their orbit, a good replacement. They got hoes that ready for them to go back to whole life. They have an apartment waiting. They can move back in with their parents, but they'll be up under you, and you'll think they love you for you, but they're constantly thinking about leaving. I can honestly say leaving was the best decision for both of us. She got a whole bunch of this right here, but she says loyalty was enough, but he couldn't apply the things he lacked. I was always complaining about it, which led to arguments and NB every happy. I don't even know what the fuck that means there. He unhappy because he can't catch a break. I'm unhappy because I want him but need more from him. Just leave. Let's continue. Girl, tell me about it. This is exactly what I'm going through right now. I am really thinking about leaving, AKA, she's still there. She's still there. She's still there. Just because I instruct men, just because your girl is there doesn't mean shit. She could be plotting an escape plan for 2 to 3 whole years. This woman said 4 years. Where'd she say? Did she say 4 years? She said 10. I had one for 10 years. Left 4 years ago. Bruh. When would you guys listen to me, bruh? I had to leave because it had me feeling lonely while claiming to have someone. Oh, shit. Woo. So she got a man. And she ready to leave. I got one claiming me, but it ain't enough. My ex didn't cheat, but was boring as fuck. Never wanted to go anywhere and do anything. Just work, come home, and lay on the couch all day and eat. Never wanted to go anywhere. Woo! Way. I'm trying to find a comment in the affirmative. My ex was such a good guy, but being the good guy doesn't mean you have to stay with the person who doesn't date you. Like, are we homies or what? I broke up with my boyfriend because he had no life goals and wasn't very romantic. He was too childish and didn't have the qualities of a grown man. And he probably beat them guts up and nutted inside her body 1,000 times. And it says, it's other reasons besides infidelity. If two people don't align, let it go because it turns into resentment and hate. By the way, I don't disagree with them. I'm just trying to educate you niggas. I'm not thinking about leaving him, but he do lack a lot of relationship things. So they're in relationships. I got a boyfriend, but these are the boyfriends. Did a 10-year bid with this, and trust me, it's a disrespect to self to settle like that. Oh, I love this. You just lifted so much stress off of me. I thought I was being selfish. Let's just say I'm healing from a 12-year marriage. Last 5 years, my husband has not put his healing first or the marriage. I will not continue waiting 12 years. Gentlemen, are you reading this? This is why when dudes say, I got a marriage, I got a relationship, I'm good. I disagree. You're not good. You're only good as she says. You're only as good as the last day. Anybody pushing their relationship up here and say, look at me. I'm like, nigga, what? This woman right here in a 12-year marriage, the last 5 years, she's sitting up there for 5 years struggling. Okay, we got more. I would keep him and train him Pookie. I don't know, train him to be a Pookie, or is she calling the woman Pookie? I would keep him and train him. My life right now, somebody please give me some advice. I don't feel loved. Just realize you can be a good man and still get left because you don't keep shorty excited definitely adding this lesson to my notes. And this is what I tell you guys, all men pay. Because at some point, I'm trying to find a comment that disagreed. I'm just scrolling down. At some point, she's going to feel content, right? You're going to feel content and you're going to be like, oh, good. Then you take your foot off the gas. Then you say, okay, I got the girlfriend. I showed her love. I gave her engagement ring. We had the wedding. I got the kids. I got the house. I'm going to go work and put money on the put food on the table. And I'm going to focus on that. And when you come home, you're exhausted. And she's like, are we going to dinner on Thursday? And you're like, oh. You don't surprise her with gifts or flowers. You don't put any extra emphasis in your relationship, but you're a good man. You don't cheat. You go to work, come home. Go to work, come home. She's going to be like, boring. And so when she does step out, we blame her. But as you can see, they're saying, hey, I gave you a chance. I stayed in there for 10 years, 5 years, 2 years, 4 years. I stayed in there and you never made an adjustment. I brought it up. We should go to date night. We should take a trip. Oh, I can't afford it because you niggas want to put your life on her. She wants to go to Jamaica. You don't want to go. We don't need all that. She's going to eventually deal with that about 5 times, 10 times. Then she's going to come to you and say, my car's transmission been slipping. And I noticed the neighbors got a new Suburban. Their Suburban is nice. They say they only paid $300 on the lease for 36 months. And you're going to say again, we don't need all that. We'll just get the transmission. And then bye-bye. Bye-bye to your girl. Gone. And then you'll be like, she left me because I didn't buy her Suburban. And I'm like, bruh, she been gone. All she got to do is now plan the escape. But you jump on here and try to tell us, well, you just don't know how to do this and you don't know how to do this. See, I got a girl right here. And then you'll be looking like this nigga right here. I got a girl. She down and faithful for me. She lives at home. She comes home. She cooks and cleans. And I'm like, tell her one more no. Tell her one more no. Tell her you don't need no handbags. You don't need all them handbags. Them handbags made in China. I'll give you the $15 handbag. And she been gone already, bruh. She been gone. She just waiting for you to tell her you don't need the fucking the real handbag. All she wants is the real handbag. Well, I don't know why women want that goofy shit. Okay, boom. She gone. She gonna get dicked down by someone else. Right? She gonna get dicked down by a nigga that rides a motorcycle. Pookie. And he on probation. And he went bankrupt. He got a goddamn jail record. And boom, she in his fucking lap. Because he's exciting. So I'm telling you, man, it is a hard lesson for men to learn. Just because you got a girl out here, they're telling you, just because you got me, don't mean you get to keep me, bruh. It's getting harder out here because they coming out here saying, yeah, you got me and all, but don't mean you get to keep me. And there's somebody putting pressure on her, even though you're there. And you over here like this. But I got me a girl. He like, I take care of you, don't I? I takes care of you. I pays the mortgage. I plays with my kids after school. I picks my kids up for school. And she like, yes, honey, you sure do. But as a result, she's like, just because you do all that, don't mean you can't get left. I'm not happy. Just because you do all that, don't mean your ass can't get left. Are y'all hearing me? Y'all don't hear me, nigga. And if she gets one bad friend, cooked. If she gets a whore friend, which she will, guys, if your wife gets a whore friend, you're gone. You're gone. If your wife gets this girl as a friend or a neighbor, cooked, or your girlfriend, and this woman moves in and y'all live in an apartment, that's why y'all niggas need to move to the suburbs to get your wife out of that shit, bro. And take her ass to church and the Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Because if this woman shows up in your apartment building and you still live in an apartment, coach, ain't nothing wrong with living in an apartment. If this woman becomes your wife's friend, you can just seal your relationship's fate.